In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Greedo for the Vintage Saga collection. This is an action figure I had in my collection all the way back in 2006. And then around 2014 or 15, while I was trying to downsize my collection a little bit, I unfortunately decided to part ways with Greedo. Reason being is I thought he was kind of an outlier in my collection at that time. And I thought, well, I can't really do a whole lot with Greedo, so I'll just go ahead and part ways with him. A couple years later, I wish I did not do that. And now in 2024, I finally am reunited with him in my collection. I've had this action figure for about a month now, and I just haven't got around to doing the video for it yet. One other thing I'll note is I did see a headline about this recently that the actress, it was a woman who played as Greedo, unfortunately passed away within the last couple days. She was 82 years old, and I figured this would be a good little tribute video for her. But anyways, I did want to show this off in its original packaging before I went ahead and opened it. It does come in the star cases, which was a common thing for these Vintage Saga collection figures at the time. And unfortunately, these are very hard to open. In fact, you pretty much have to destroy it in order to get it open. At least that's the experience I've had with it. So I will be opening it off camera, but I wanted to show it as is here first. Fortunately, Greedo is not a very expensive action figure. I think I paid only $11 for this altogether, including shipping as well. So if you really want Greedo for your collection, he's still very readily accessible. And there are previous versions of him, and I think Power of the Jedi or Power of the Force had a decent Greedo at the time. It's not too far removed from this one, actually. I think he's mostly just lighter in color and maybe like a plastic jacket instead of the soft goods there. So, very nice card. To me, this is exactly how the vintage collection cards should have looked. You can see it has a very distinctive style. One thing I will note that the bubble here is much thinner compared to what we normally get with TVC these days. Really wish Hasbro would go back to that. Nice Star Wars logo there. Traditional Luke and Leia there. The Ultimate Galactic Hunt. Special offer, mail away George Lucas in Stormtrooper disguise. I do know the action figure. I've never owned it though. I don't think it's too hard of an action figure to get a hold of, so perhaps someday I'll get it. See? A nice image of Greedo there from the film when he's confronting Han Solo. Figure there. The original Greedo featured on the back. So Hasbro has kind of gone back to the style card back in the TVC line, but instead they're just showing the action figure that is actually in the bubble instead of showing off the original. And I do hope they go back to doing the original. So Star Wars here, and some of the other figures. I do have this Biker Scout, the yellowed one that you've seen in some of my videos. And I actually got this Han Solo in trench coat the same exact time I got Greedo back in 2006, but since then I do have the TVC one. And I've never had that Tusken Raider or that Luke before. One other thing I'll know about the package is they did put the Rebellion and Empire logo at the top here. It's very nice. Very nice package here. Definitely takes me back to 2006 all over again. But anyways, I'll go ahead and get this open and then we'll continue the video. I want to show this off outside of the plastic bubble one more time. Very nice card. Like I said, look how much thinner that is compared to what we get in TVC these days. This definitely has the more vintage style look to it. And it doesn't have the tab here at the bottom to where you can easily open it. But we'll do it anyway. I know this might be painful for some people, especially carded collectors, but I look at this that action figures are meant to be open in most cases. And even if I want a carded Greedo, he's pretty easy to get a hold of anyway. Here he is in the bubble. Very easy to take out. And then he just has the one pistol here. It does have the tape around it. Figure I need my knife for this one. Pretty nice blaster. I think this is pretty much unique to Greedo. I'm trying to think. This looks like a weapon that's used in real life. I'm totally drawing the blank as what it is right now. But anyway, here's Greedo. Pretty basic action figure. He is one we need in the TBC line as part of the original 96. And with the Cantina rumored to be the next HasLab, I wonder if that will finally happen. And quite frankly, I really like this action figure. I don't see a need for Hasbro to really update him in any way. I know a lot of people suggest that he should be updated, mainly in like the jacket here, for instance, but I think he's perfect for what he is. Personally, I think Hasbro would be wasting tooling budget trying to update Greedo. I'm sure some people would disagree, but he's a very nice figure. Look at that head sculpt. I think that's about as good as you can get. Spinny image of Greedo as a Rhodian. He's got the ears there, and then basically the antennas, or extra set of ears, I guess. He has that scaly looking skin, the big eyes, kind of like a fly, and the mouth there. It's basically that mohawk. Soft goods jacket, fits on him pretty good. And then he has his all green jumpsuit here with the yellow yellow design on the side here. Almost say striped, but it's not really striped at all. And it does have some nice grooves in the side here. And of course his belt, and it does have a holster here for the blaster. See how that looks here real quick. That fits in really nice. So for his articulation, he is super articulated, which for 2006, this was kind of a big deal at the time. He does have the ball joint at the head, and it is a solid ball joint. Does have the hinge at the shoulders and elbows, swivel wrist, then swivel waist, swivel hips, hinge knees, and no articulation in the ankles, or does he? It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, he does have ankle articulation, but it's very restricted. But he doesn't really need a whole lot of movement in his ankles anyway. So he is super articulated. And I think this is about all the articulation Greedo really needs anyway. So here's his hand here. Of course, Rhodians have very long fingers. It has like the suction look at the ends. But they did sculpt his right hand here to be able to hold the blaster pistol. And let's see how he looks here. There's a pretty tight fit on this, but it's really good. Of course, this one's more of an open palm. If you had a cantina table, you can have him sitting down. His arm resting on the table there. And I think you could pretty much get Greedo sitting down. Let's see. Yeah, you can get him sitting down all right. But that's pretty much all I can say about Greedo. I'm extremely happy to finally reunite him in my collection. It's been probably 9 years now since he's been absent. Of course, it's not the original, but we'll start this new adventure with this one. And I hope he's in my collection for many years to come. So would I recommend Greedo for your collection? I totally would. Even this Greedo in particular. If TVC does do a new Greedo, this one will still probably be a little bit cheaper. And I think this Greedo is the definitive Greedo. Despite what some people say that he could use some upgrades, I think he's perfect for what he is. I wouldn't wish him any different. And like I said, I only paid about $11 for this, free shipping. So if you really want Greedo for your collection, you could probably hop on eBay right now, and you wouldn't really bat an eye about the price about it. So solid action figure, definitely a highlight from 2006. Would be nice to see him repacked in TVC, but we'll see. But anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for plenty more reviews in the future. There will always be more to come. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I always appreciate all your support. And check out some links in the description if you haven't done so already. As always, thanks for watching.